Okay, so with this question, factorize 24x plus 3. So when it says factorize, it means put it into a bracket, right? So we can have a bracket here. And with a bracket, of course, there's going to be a number out here which is called the common factor. Okay, so when you look at these two terms here, you've got to ask yourself, is there a common factor here? Is there a term, is there a number or letter or both that go into each term here? Now, if you look here, you've got 24 and you've got 3. Think of a number that goes into both of them. Okay, and actually 3, doesn't it? 3 goes into both of them. So if I put 3 outside, in the bracket then, all you've got to do then is figure out what do I times by 3 to get these terms. Okay, because if you think about it with brackets, if I was to expand it, you'd multiply by the 3, wouldn't you? So what do I multiply by 3 to get 24x? Of course, you multiply 8, don't you, by 3. So to get 24x, you're going to multiply 3 by 8x. Okay, so 8x in there. And then, to get 3, what do you multiply by 3 by to get 3? Well, of course, that's just going to be 1, isn't it? So 8x plus 1. Part B, x squared take away 6x. So we're going to factorize again. And again, we're going to get a single bracket. Now, common factors here. Well, when it comes to numbers, there's no numbers as such, isn't there? There's a 6 here, or minus 6. But there's no number here. That's just like a 1, isn't it? 1 in front of this. There's no numbers. But look at the letters, x squared and x. X is a common factor, isn't it? X goes into both of them. So let's put the x outside. And then you ask yourself, what do you times by x to get x squared? Well, that's going to be x, isn't it? That'll give you x squared. And then what do you times by x to get minus 6x? That'll be minus 6, won't it? X times minus 6 will give you that. Then you've got this one, expand. So expand then is the opposite of what we just done. Multiply out, right? So you got this times this and this times this. Everything in here times the 2x. So 2x times x cubed is 2x to the power 4, right? That's what you get there, because if you think about it, you add the powers, don't you? Because x is power 1, x cubed here, power 3, add the powers, you get x4. Plus then, 2x times 6 is 12x, okay? Because 2 times 6 is 12. Okay, on to part D, solving. When it comes to solving, right, you know we take over the other side and do the opposite. So x over 3 equals 25 take away 15. So you take the 15 over and you subtract. You do the opposite. So x over 3 will equal 10, right? 25 take away 15 is 10. And then to get x then, what we do, of course, is you've got x over 3 equals 10. You divide in by 3, so we take the 3 over and times. So you get 30. Okay, part E, solve this here. Now when you solve this, you've got 5x minus 7. You can leave this as it is. But the second, on this side here, you've got a bracket. So what we need to do is to expand that bracket to multiply out. Okay, that's what I would do there. Get rid of the bracket first. So leave the 5x minus 7 as it is. 3 times x is 3x. And 3 times 2 is 6. Okay? So you've got that there. 3 times x, 3 times 2 is 6. When you've got this then, solving it, you just get the x's onto one side. Okay, so take the 3x over and it becomes a minus 3x. And then on the right side, I got 6 here. And then the minus 7. Take the minus 7 over, it becomes a plus 7. Okay, so then 5x minus 3x is 2x. 6 plus 7 is 13. So then, remember then, 2x is 13. 2 times x, isn't it? That's what that means. 2 times x is 13. So to get x, I've got to divide. 13 divided by 2. Use your calculator. Comes out at 6.5. Next one then, G. Okay. You've got x squared times x to the power 5. Now in this all of these questions here with G, right, we're going to be working with indices, okay, working with powers, and there's rules of indices, right, there's rules that we need to learn, okay, and with indices, what you simply do, right, when you're timesing the terms, you add the powers, okay, that's something you just need to remember. X squared plus times x to the power 5, you add the powers, you just got to remember that. It's really simple. But times in terms, you add the powers. So 2 plus 5 is 7. This year, now, the opposite is true when it comes to dividing. Think about what we did when we multiplied. When we multiplied, we added the powers. We've got 7 there. When you're dividing, which is what we're doing here, dividing, okay, this is the same as y to the power 9 divided by y to the power 2. You do the opposite of what we did there. Here we added, but when you divide, you take the powers away. Okay? So that becomes 9 take away 2. So the top one take away the bottom one. You get 7. When it comes to part 3, right, do the numbers first, okay? So do 5 times 7. 5 times 7 is 35, okay? So you do that first. Then do the m's, okay? So you've got m cubed times m to the power 4. Now think, when you're timesing, what do you do to the powers? You add them, don't you? So it's n to the power 7. Then do the n's. You've got n squared times n to the power 6. What do you do to the powers when you're timesing? You add the powers. N to the power 8. And finally then, right, this looks really complicated, and you might think, oh, I'm just going to leave this. But usually this question is only worth 1 mark. And it's only worth 1 mark because it's really straightforward. You just use the rules of indices. Okay, it's the same, you think of this really as the same letter, because it's the same thing, isn't it? Same bracket, exactly the same terms in there. So, because you're dividing, you take the powers away, right? So you do 9 on the top, take away 5, and you get 3x minus 8 to the power 4, and that's it, we're done.